70 of the Common Era. Okay. She's grown up with this sloppiness. When we're watching a film and they're just about to kiss, you know, what does Pop do?
I am recording, but...
Doesn't matter, you have to have a laugh. Right, so 70 of the Common Era. Dance records were destroyed. There were actually dance records in the temple, as there were for the Psalms. And you do know that the Psalms were sung at that time, because if you actually go through the Psalms, I don't know if you have it in yours, this is the Complete Jewish Bible by David Stern, with whom I've worked in Latvia. If you actually go to the Psalms, you'll see things like a song for Shabbat, a song written for the lily, a song for dedication, a song, and there's certain melodies that they had in temple times where they would use the song. It makes it interchangeable, which is what I'm very, very big on in the dance world. That you can do this particular psalm to that song. For the Lily, I think, was one. Actually, I think it's in the 50s, around about the 50s somewhere. There's so many things in my Bible. Okay, so yes, I can't... here we are. For the Leader, set to the Lily of Testimony. So the Lily of Testimony was obviously a song, and you can do that particular psalm to it. And so that happened several times. Okay, and then set in the style of something else. So they could have, there were dance notes. There were dance notes as well as there were musical notes in the temple. But with the temple destruction, that just went out the window, so to speak. Okay, so this disaster of the temple destruction, I don't know if you know your Jewish history, but it actually accelerated the diaspora of the Jewish people from Israel. And they took with them the knowledge of dances. I would just like to say that this is a very, very abbreviated version. I'm doing like about 5 minutes between each dance because I want to make this work until 3:30. But the thing is, I have it in depth. I have I think it's about 70 minutes, the lecture that I did at one of the Yeshua conferences, and I actually have that on CD. So if you want to get more depth and more intricate details about all this, because there's just so much I can say about temple destruction, but I've made it abbreviated so we can get all of this in an hour and a little bit. So with the temple destruction, they took with them the knowledge of dances. Now, I want to use a dance called For Your Name is Holy, once again by
Paul Wilbur.
Thank you for this, because we are going to enter the Holy of Holies. And of course you know that the Holy of Holies were within the temple, or the tabernacle, and that's what we're going to do. So we're all getting out our talit. I do have a whole bunch of talit here, but they're all tied up and everything. If you have a scarf, if you have a shawl or a cardigan, can you listen please? If you have a shawl or a cardigan or anything at all that you could just put to cover yourself, it's when the Bible speaks about go into your closet to pray. Okay, when I was choreographing this, I thought, what do you do when Jewish people go into the closet? What is their closet? It suddenly occurred to me, but when they go to the Western Wall to pray, they put their talit on. Some of them are huge, some of them are small, and they get under it and they cast the world out. And that has happened to me sometimes, that you just put the talit on. And I remember once, when I was choreographing this, I just sat on my patio and I just cried my eyes out, because you can actually feel the presence of God with you in that closet. And it was like the first time that had ever happened to me. And it was actually my son's bar mitzvah talit as well. I hadn't started making these at that point. So do get up, get yourself something to cover yourself with. I think I've got I've got a couple of performance talit here that people can borrow, but I need these back because they're costumes. Okay, don't all jump at once, it confuses me. I've said that before. Right, get into it. I've got these two that people can borrow. Elisha, can you just pop in the dressing room? There's a bag right by the dressing room there, and I've got my two talit, my own, are in there, and I can let someone borrow. Yeah, right there, right in that bag. shaking tambourines, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, there should be in that container right in front of you. That one. Yep, they should be in there. Okay, so it was very difficult for me, but once I put that talent over me and I cast the word out, it's like all of a sudden God was telling me what to do, and it just came to me. And it is more of a prayer than the dance, because we're going to go to the wall, which is the temple, the wall in Israel now, the hotel, and we're going to daven. And you've seen them davening at the wall where they sort of are praying like this, and they want to actually be a candle, to be a light to the Gentiles, to be a light to the world. That's why they do that. And different groups do it in different ways. Yeah, this one is the talit, that's not. So if anybody wants to borrow one of my talits, I made myself a lace one because usually by now I'm sweating so much. I want to get some air through it. Everybody got something? Yep. Okay. So this is for your name is holy. I'm not going to teach it. Let's just do it. I'm going to tell you what to do before it comes. I just repeat it. So we're going to enter the holy of holies. We all face to the right first. Yeah, because we'll have to come out again. We face to the right. Okay. Themselves. Okay. Going to walk forward for 4. Now.
I enter the holy of holies. I enter through the blood of the Lamb. I enter to worship you only. I enter to honor Lord, I worship you. I worship you. Lord, I worship you. I worship you.
Thank you. Okay. There's not much more. If you want to stay standing, you can take care of your shawls if you want. I've only got just a couple of things to say, and we'll be on to the next dance. So probably not worth sitting down at the moment. Okay. Okay, Jane, I want to start. Okay. So we're now going on to the Middle Ages, 14th and 15th century. And this is called, actually there were titles to all of this. The last one was Temple, before that was Yeshua, before that was David, if you can remember what was said, and before that was God. So this is now on to revival of dance by Israel. In the Middle Ages, dance was revived in an Eastern Europe synagogue courtyard. Israeli dance then took on a social nature instead of its previous worship aspect. And I want to just very briefly, Paul, I think I've written down what I want for this. Have I written down what I want for the Romanian Hora? Is it on the sheet? Klezmer, I think it's what does it say? Klezmer 120 or something like that? Yeah, that's the one. Okay, good. So in Romania and Moldova, it started in the courtyards where people would get together after the synagogue services, and a lady, it says in the Encyclopedia Judaica, actually started to bring in dance, but it kind of took on a social nature. And according to my research, once again, the hora that you do today actually had origins in another dance called the Jok. J-O-K, but you don't pronounce the J the same way that we do, so they call it a Jok. And it's funny because the Malaysian national dance is also called a Jok. When I was there, I went, oh, I know that dance, and when I saw it, it wasn't the same one. So let's get up and do this dance, which I actually didn't think you were going to sit down this time. And I will teach this to you, and it is the origin of the original hora. Origin of the original hora, I can't say that. Okay. So I want to show you the steps. We're only going to do a little bit of this. First of all, I'm not going to be able to do it because it's got some jumping in it. So the original the hora that you all know that they did when Israel became a state is, of course, left behind, step, kick. But according to the book that I've got that talks about ancient Israeli dances, this one, the precursor of the hora, or the jog, was left, cross, jump, gently, so it's not an abrupt cut off. Okay, stay where you are, please, don't move. You can open up a little bit now because we need more space for the next one. That could go on, but I think you've got an idea of what the original horror was like. Okay, now we're on to the Reformation period now, and we've just had a very big celebration for the Reformation, which kind of puzzles me, but never mind. Martin Luther wrote, and this is about dance, Martin Luther wrote 200 pages in an anti-Semitic booklet called Against the Jews and Their Lies. And the Council of Trent in 1545, of the Common Era, decided that only preaching and music should survive the Reformation period. Martin Luther knew the history of dance among the Israelites and wanted it eradicated. Okay, this is also historical fact. Okay, so... But what happened in the 1700s was a revival of worship dance by both the Jewish and the Gentile communities. Yay! It was a 200-page leaflet. It's even available today. You can buy that booklet today. Called Against the Jews and Their Lies. And he wrote horrible, horrible things like cutting off their limbs and burning down their synagogues. And yeah, well, yes. They decided, the Council of Trent, that only preaching and music would survive the Reformation period. Yeah. But the Hasidim came in the late 1700s, and the Shakers, the movement of Shakers. Don't worry if you're missing some of these details, because like I said, I've got the DVD over there, the CD of this entire information in much more detail. And it's only £5, so it's not a lot. Okay, and so the Shakers were a break-off group from the Quakers, actually, and they had a habit of, they knew that because of Israel, they had a Messiah, and they wanted to honour that. So what they do as they came into their churches is they go a few steps forward with their hands up, receiving the Holy Spirit, thank you, demonstrators, and then they would go forward again with their hands down, shaking off their sin. Okay, so we have a dance for that. I call it the Shakers dance, but in Israeli dance it's actually called Od Lo Ahavti Dai. You probably know that music, Don. Maybe, maybe not. It means I still haven't loved enough.
Oh yes, I know that.
Yep. Okay, so we're now going to do that dance. I shall demonstrate in the middle. Od Lo Ahavti Dai. I'm going to show it first. Okay. So we've got two line going to the left. Front side, behind side, and front side, behind side, front side. Don't look at me, I'm just walking. Let's do that again. Sorry, I should have explained. I'm cutting things together because I'm in such a lot of pain. Okay, so we've got a mime, look at the person in front of you, and front side, behind. Cherkasia, forward and back, and forward, receive the Holy Spirit and shake off your sin. Okay, so we do that, I think, 4 times. Then the next bit is really quite simple. You just run in 1, 2, 3, back 2, 3. 2 Davids going to the right, right cross, and you can do what Elisha is doing and jump as high as you want, or you can just step across, and then you go round yourself for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, once you've gone around yourself, your body is not going to be ready to then put your right foot across and start again with the miles, like this. There. So you're going to go around yourself. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try to do it so that you're facing this way, and then go straight into the mile again. So that's all the dance is. 2 Mayans here, Cherkasia with Shaker's hands, and then again. And then into the centre and back. 2 Davids, 1 and 2, round. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the Maya. I think you did that twice as well. Okay, so these people in the centre know, so get behind somebody that just do it the way they do it. Okay, thank you. We may or may not do the whole thing because I want to get to the end. 2 Davids. in the Jewish community,